Hello and welcome to another part in our Azure Data Fundamentals Ultimate course. Folks, question number 106 requires us to identify a PaaS database service which supports multiple databases on same instance and also supports SQL Server agent service. The options given in the question are Azure SQL Database, Azure SQL Edge, Azure SQL Managed Instance, SQL Server on Azure Virtual Machines. Now, first of all, let's rule out SQL Server on Azure virtual machine as it is an infrastructure as a service offering. Now, Azure SQL Database is a PaaS offering but does not support SQL Server agents, so we will rule it out as well. Azure SQL Edge was designed for IoT use cases and has already been deprecated, so another incorrect choice. Azure SQL Managed Instance is the only PaaS option that provides near 100% compatibility with SQL Server, including multiple databases per instance and full support for SQL Server agent. Let's now go through the statement of question number 107. Which schema design process minimizes data duplication and enforces data integrity? Your options are normalization, batch processing, extraction, virtualization. Now, folks, normalization organizes data into structured tables and relationships, reducing redundancy and improving data integrity through rules like primary or foreign keys. Batch processing refers to processing data in groups, not schema design. Extraction means retrieving data from a source, not structuring it. And virtualization provides an abstract view of data but doesn't physically reduce duplication in the schema. Now, folks, question number 108 of the series is a fill in the blanks question where you need to identify what does a container map to in Azure Cosmos DB Gremlin API, and the options are graph, table, partition key, and document. Now, folks, whenever you see Gremlin, you should be looking for graph in the list of options. In the Gremlin API, a container is represented as a graph where data is stored as vertices and edges. Table is used in Table API. Partition key is a property used for data distribution, and document is used in core SQL API where containers store JSON documents. Let's look at another fill in the blanks question. A JSON document that contains customer entities with a variable number of properties is an example of which type of data? Your options are relational, semi-structured, structured, unstructured. Now, folks, whenever you see the question is referring to JSON document, then you should already know it is semi-structured data that is being talked about. Relational refers to structured data stored in tables with fixed schemas, and unstructured data has no predefined format, example being images, videos, free text. All right. Question number 110 presents us with a scenario where a company is designing a data store for internet connected temperature sensors. The collected data will be used to analyze temperature trends. Which type of data store should you use? Your options are relational, time series, graph, columnar. Now, folks, time series is designed specifically for data that is time-stamped and collected over time like sensor readings. It allows efficient storage, querying, and analysis of trends, patterns, and anomalies. Folks, keyword for this question is IoT, which pretty much confirms the answer is time series. There is a link on your screen. Please go through it to read more about time series analysis as this is a critical exam topic. Here we are going to go through a series of statements focused on Azure Cosmos DB. And the first statement is the Azure Cosmos DB API is configured separately for each database in an Azure Cosmos DB account. You need to tell whether this statement is right or wrong. And folks, this is an incorrect statement. The API is configured at the account level, not per database. Each database in the account uses the same API. Second statement is Partition keys are used in Azure Cosmos DB to optimize queries. Now, folks, partition keys in Azure Cosmos DB are used to distribute data across logical and physical partitions. Choosing the right partition key is critical because it directly impacts query efficiency. Queries that include the partition key are routed to a specific partition, avoiding a costly cross-partition fan-out. So optimizing queries is one of the key reasons for choosing a good partition key. Let's look at third statement. Items contained in the same Azure Cosmos DB logical pattern can have different partition keys. Now, all items within the same logical partition must share the same partition key value. The logical partition is defined by that shared key value. It's what groups items together. If items had different partition key values, they would belong to different logical partitions by definition. In this question, you need a non-relational data store optimized for storing files which are text, videos, audio, and disk images, in this case, along with metadata and a unique ID. The options are key value, columnar, object, document. Now, folks, object store stores data as objects where each object contains the data itself, like video, audio, metadata, and a unique identifier. This makes it ideal for unstructured data like media files and backups, for example, Azure Blob Storage. Now, key value is optimized for fast lookups using a key, usually for small discrete pieces of data like user session info or cache. Columnar is optimized for analytical queries on structured data in tables rather than rows. And document stores semi-structured data like JSON, XML, or BSON, making it good for application data. Friends, if you are liking the content, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe the channel. We will move on to question number 113 of the series. You have an application that runs on Windows and requires access to a mapped drive. Which Azure service should you use? Your options are Azure Files, Azure Blob Storage, Azure Cosmos DB, Azure Table Storage. Now, folks, Azure Files provides fully managed file shares in the cloud that can be mounted as a mapped drive on Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. Applications that rely on traditional file systems like mapped drives can use Azure Files without modification. Now, Azure Blob Storage is object storage for unstructured data and cannot be directly mounted as a Windows drive without additional tools. Azure Cosmos DB is globally distributed NoSQL database, not for file storage, and Azure Table Storage is NoSQL key value store, not for file storage. Before we proceed, folks, I would like to introduce you to my TopMate profile. If you are seeking guidance on clearing certification exams, considering a career transition into DevOps or cloud computing, or require support with resume reviews or mock interviews, you can easily schedule a one-to-one session with me via TopMate. You will also find digital products available for purchase, including PDF version of all the certification questions featured on the channel. PDF will be available for download instantly as soon as purchase is completed. For any specific queries, feel free to use the priority DM option. I will respond as soon as possible. Do not forget to take advantage of the tips and coupon codes available at the top of my TopMate profile to enjoy these benefits at minimal cost. Friends, link to my TopMate profile is available in the description section of this video. All right, in question number 114, you are tasked with identifying an Azure service that can be used to create data ingestion pipelines. Your options are Azure HD Insight, Azure SQL Database, Azure Data Factory, Azure Cosmos DB. Now, folks, Azure HD Insight is managed Hadoop or Spark cluster for big data processing, not primarily for orchestrating pipelines. Azure SQL Database is a relational database service, so another incorrect choice. Azure Data Factory is a cloud-based ELT or ETL service designed specifically to create, schedule, and orchestrate data ingestion pipelines. You can move and transform data from various sources to destinations in a scalable way using Azure Data Factory. Now, folks, the remaining option Azure Cosmos DB is a globally distributed NoSQL database and is not used for orchestrating data pipelines. Folks, there is a link on your screen. Go through the link to understand more about Azure Data Factory and how it can be used to build the data ingestion pipelines that are being talked about in this question. Okay, in question number 115, your company is designing a database that will contain session data for a website. The data will include notifications, personalization attributes, and products that are added to a shopping cart. Which type of data store will provide the lowest latency to retrieve the data? Your options are key value, graph, columnar, document. Now, folks, key value stores are optimized for fast lookup using a unique key, making them ideal for session data like shopping cart items, user preferences, personalizations, and notifications. They provide extremely low latency because data is retrieved directly by key without complex queries. Graph is best for relationships heavy data. Columnar is optimized for analytics and large scale data processing, and document is flexible and useful but generally slower than key value for simple session retrieval scenarios. Alright, here we are going to go through a series of statements focused on Azure storage, and you need to tell whether the statement is right or wrong. Folks, the first statement is the cool access tier is the default tier of an Azure storage account. This is an incorrect statement. The default access tier for an Azure storage account is the hot tier, which is optimized for frequently accessed data. Now, the second statement is append blobs are optimized for random read and write operations. Now, folks, append blobs are optimized for append operations only, that is, adding data to the end of the blob, such as logging scenarios. Page blobs are the ones optimized for random read or write. Let's move on to third statement. Retrieving data from the archive access tier takes hours to complete. This is a correct statement. Retrieving data from the archive tier in Azure Blob Storage requires a rehydration process which can take several hours depending on the priority. All right. In question number 117, we need to identify the activities that can be performed entirely by using the Microsoft Power BI service without relying on Power BI desktop. We need to choose two correct options here. And the options are report and dashboard creation, report sharing and distribution, data modeling, data acquisition and preparation. Now, friends, the Microsoft Power BI service allows you to create dashboards and simple reports and share and distribute them with others. Friends, data modeling requires Power BI desktop, and data acquisition and preparation is also primarily done in Power BI desktop. Let's now go through a fill in the blanks question focused on Azure Storage Account. To configure an Azure storage account to support access control lists that have object level permissions, your options are enable the hierarchical namespace, set account kind to blob storage, set performance to premium, set replication to read access geo-redundant storage. Now, folks, to support access control lists with object level permissions, an Azure storage account must use Azure Data Lake Storage Zen 2, which requires enabling the hierarchical namespace. It allows you to use file and directory structure and object level permissions. Now, friends, go through the link on your screen to read more about access control lists in Azure Data Lake Storage. All right. In question number 119, you need to store data by using Azure Table Storage, and you need to tell what should you create first. Your options are an Azure Cosmos DB instance, a storage account, a blob container, a table. Now, folks, table storage is a service within a storage account. After creating the storage account, you can then create tables inside it. Azure Cosmos DB instance is a separate service which has table API, but this is not required for Azure Table Storage. Blob container is used for blob storage, and a table cannot be created until the storage account exists. So I hope you now understand why option A, C, and D are incorrect. But if you still have any doubts, then please post them in the comment section and I'll try to address them as soon as possible. Now friends, in question number 120, we are matching data store services to their correct description. The service being talked about in the question are Azure Blob Storage, Azure Cosmos DB, Azure Files, and Azure Table Storage. The first description is enables the use of SQL queries against data stored in JSON documents. Now, folks, Azure Cosmos DB supports multiple APIs, including the SQL Core API, which lets you query data stored in JSON format using familiar SQL syntax. It's Azure's fully managed NoSQL database service built for JSON document storage. Now, second description being talked about is enables users to access data by using the server message block version 3 protocol. Folks, Azure Files is Azure's managed file share service in the cloud. It uses the SMB protocol, specifically SMB 3.0, to allow users and applications to mount file shares, just like a traditional network drive, making it ideal for lift and shift scenarios. Friends, whenever you see unstructured data, then go for Azure Blob Storage. And when you see references to key value pairs, then go for Azure Table Storage. So folks, that's all that I wanted to cover in this part of our Azure Data Fundamentals Ultimate course. Now, if you are someone who has not watched the previous parts of the series yet, then make sure to go through them as well. Link to the playlist is available in the description section of the video for your easy reference. I'll see you soon in further parts of our Azure Data Fundamentals Ultimate course.